Dharmavidiums. Ecce Animum. Behold the mind. Genuine religious practice in Buddhism, for example, the teaching of self-awakening, entails the recovery of a primordial spiritual state of perfection. A recollection of a Buddhic body that is present beyond the distorting haze of the three times as purely such, before the bifurcation, division, of consciousness into subject and object, thus avoiding an habitually regeneration of an artificial subject-object consciousness, more known as the body consciousness, or the deluding consciousness of desire, self-division and becoming. When entering meditation, Bhikwan, the genuine contemplation of the permanent self in such a way, the mind of the neophyte firmly abides in the initiating act of preceding one's breath, not counting or following it, as this entails slavery under the yoke of the decaying. Then, as the mind is released and greatly empowered by the mysterious light arising from this spiritual practice, the neophyte proceeds to precede the very birth of one's thought patterns, thus entering the samadhi of oceanic self-reflection, where self contemplates its true nature as the very dynamic animus of its myriad creations, ideations in all 10 directions. In an instant, the neophyte gains direct insight into the law of karma that befalls the lesser able caught in the wheel of self-delusion, by the distorting and highly seductive power recognized as desire of becoming and its blinding poison, self-ignorance, or more correctly, self-amnesia. If this practice continues regularly, the mind of the neophyte becomes ready for a breakthrough. And one day, in a certain situation, a sound, an action or something seemingly ordinary can trigger the mind to unleash its full supply of undivided awareness power to itself, as in a flash, like a spiritual Big Bang, where the ultimate self is seen, as it is, in that moment with a power beyond words and any form of advices or teachings of others. The neophyte stands face to face with the absolute truth of one's own true self, realizing that in the ultimate sense, there are no beings, that there is only self, as such, Dharma, perfect, without comparison to anything of the three times, a jewel of supreme perfection, one's very true nature, a body of pure light, impervious to any composed ideation or phenomenon. The Dharmakaya, a body that never changes, never becomes defiled, never perishes. Thus, ultimately nothing is really gained in terms of genuine enlightenment of this self. For the real has finally come to look upon the real, that is, itself, as it is, awakening from Mara's dark dream, with its self-empty 8 levels and empty basis of interdependent deception, the distorting lens of the body consciousness. It is now in a place beyond the three times, containing all and lacking nothing. Tozen.